All right, everybody, welcome to the Groundsman. It is, man. That top order just demolished me. So normally what that structure looks like is that and honestly, that's part of why the groundsmen are here as well, so that you don't have to wait for Coke Week in order to see who's who and what's what. All right, everybody, welcome back to the Groundsman. Welcome back to Players Potential. We've got a fantastic young cricketer again from Northerns. We've got Om, who plays for Laudium as well as the Titans Academy. So again, great talent that we've got on the show again. Om, welcome, man. How are you?
Filming yourself.
Good, man. Tell me. You said you've got some you've got practice schedules are a bit hectic. How did you sort of work your way through COVID? Was it a bit quiet for you?
COVID was really quiet, and it was the phase where I did the worst in terms of my cricket and my fitness, and I really had to. It was like almost a wake up call for me. COVID actually became a positive thing at the end of it all, instead
Mm.
of something being negative.
I'm pretty sure you got to spend a bit of time with yourself, probably more time than you have before. Everybody knows when you play cricket, your Saturdays are gone, your Sundays are gone, your weekdays from time school comes out till you sort of the sun goes down. You're practicing or you finishing up your homework or whatever. Did you learn anything about yourself during COVID? Is there anything about your game that you thought, okay, this I think I can do better once sort of training starts again?
I think the most important thing I've learned during COVID is that fitness has a massive role in cricket, especially if you are a bowler or generally in cricket, it's a big role. And I ignored that for a long time in my teen years as a cricketer, and I really ignored being fit and taking it seriously. So COVID showed me that it's important to become fit as a cricket player because a lot of it is endurance, and what happens out there is it has a lot to do with you being mentally and physically fit.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man. It's been critical. We spoke to a few coaches from Dale College, St. John's, and a few others, and one thing they always were talking about, especially with the younger players, was fitness, fitness. There are a few drills that you can do on your own, but the one thing you can
Mhm.
control, especially during sort of a quiet time, is your fitness levels. But I think let's maybe jump to you in the early years, right? What got you interested in cricket? Did you see guys playing? Did you see it at school? What got you going to say, okay, I think I want to try this thing and maybe in the long run make a career out of it?
So when I started playing cricket, I was just generally on the streets. We would play cricket with the tennis ball, nothing so serious. It was just for fun as friends. We'll get together. And one of these days, my father's friend, sorry, my father's friend introduced me to Lowing cricket, and he said, "Give it a try. It's something for fun, and it's something to pass the time, and you're still young, so why not?" So I came, and the first year or so, I started off as a seamer, and then I had a coach who turned me into a spinner, and things started changing. And you don't actually realize that how big you can or how far you can go in cricket until you've actually gone there, because I never know anything about the northern system or going through the pipeline making provincial cricket. And eventually one of these days you are going for trials, and there I was at trials. What happened was also I had an interesting way of getting selected for my first time.
Okay.
So I remember I have a friend. So he was originally in the Northern's team under 15s, and I wasn't part of the squad. And he was also a spinner, and he broke a finger that day, that just before the week or something, before the provincial week.
Jeez.
And so what happened was he broke a finger, and so they didn't release replacements, and I got the opportunity, and since then it's been a different level of cricket because I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, man. Gee, but how many guys get an opportunity to play provincial like that, right? It just shows you. I mean, everybody's journey is different, and yours almost seems like you are at the right place at the right time. You've been working hard. You've been putting in the hours, and the opportunity presented itself. Because it's also important to remember that although they had a look at you after your friend broke his finger, you also had to have been ready, right? If you weren't ready at the time, even if they'd had a look, you probably wouldn't have gone on to play for the side. So, congratulations for that. I mean, what then would you say? What then would you say is the hardest part for you of playing the game? Let's break it maybe into two parts. So, what's probably the hardest part of actually playing the game? And then probably the second part of my question is, what's the hardest part about playing cricket outside of the the actual playing, the training, and all of that, just personally for you?
I think for me, while playing the game on the field, it's to stay focused for that many overs because especially if you go on weeks or something, it's 5 days of non-stop cricket and that really tires someone out because you have to wake up 6, you going playing a whole day, 50 over game, and then you're coming back, you're doing the same next day. So it really affects you on the field because I don't think our bodies, I mean, not ours, I think my body wasn't used to something like that and took time to just get into the groove of things. And when you think about something off the field, it's definitely has to be the mental strength. That's that it plays the biggest role in my game because some coaches have told me that I tend to think of the game too much. There's one or two people that have told me I'm obsessed with cricket because I'm always talking about it. I'm always thinking about it, and I criticize myself a lot about my mistakes and while it's not even there. So mentally, I have to get, I think mentally to be stronger is the thing that matters the most off the field.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've spoken to a few coaches that have had the privilege to coach a few players that have gone to play for the Proteas or even sort of played franchise or county and made a career out of it. And the one thread that they always talk about is the fact that the players that were able to take it to the next level are always those who one were committed, they had an incredible work ethic, and the second thing were they were obsessed with improving their game, right? They were always sort of criticizing themselves, trying to figure out what am I doing wrong or how can I improve what I'm doing right now, because there's always another level to get to. So listen, it sometimes to overthink the game, you're absolutely right. I think your coaches are right. It does tend to mess with you a little bit. But that level of sort of understanding your own game and the fact that you haven't reached your limit, there's actually another level that you could probably take this, I think will serve you fantastically well going forward. And I mean, sort of bouncing off of your answer around the mental strength of playing the game. Do you get any support from your family, from your community? Who supports you? You know, what does your support system look like?
Definitely, I have my family, my friends, my coaches. At the union, the coaches, they always they understand the players really well. So my coach specifically, Coach Tabam, he ensures that I'm mentally stable because he's one person that I can speak to him about anything except just for cricket. If it's life issues or anything mentally, he's one person that I speak to a lot on, and he understands that I'm always overthinking and that I need support for that. But other than that, my family has always been there for me. They've always spoken about my cricket and they've always supported me, whether it be me taking a five or getting hit for 100 in the same day, it doesn't matter. They've always been there for me. And obviously, we have a chairman at Loading Cricket, so he's a very generous person and he's always also ensuring that we are being looked after. Yeah. So it's been amazing, like the support I get from people. It's incredible.
Yeah, yeah, that's fantastic. And I'm sure the chairman at Laudium loves you because I've seen some of your stats, and you won more than just a few games for them, man. I saw you took 5 for 14 against Archersville as well, right? So I think that was last year. When was it? Last year around March or Feb that you guys played Archersville. That was just before lockdowns and that kind of thing. And you took a fiver against them, and they had guys like Paul who also plays for the academy out there. So it's not as much of it's not an easy game to win. So I'm pretty sure the chairman loves you out there. What do you love about the game, man? What is it? What gets you fired up? What gets waking up in the middle of the night at 2 o'clock going, I need to get to practice tomorrow?
I think it's just me enjoying the game. I love the game. It's just so fun, and it takes me off of all the stress and all the educational stress and all the issues in life. It's just the time I play cricket. It's cricket. It's something that I love to do, and it's my passion. I think it's my passion that drives me.
Yeah, yeah. And if I mean, do you see yourself playing cricket as a career, or for now is it something that let's see how far it goes, or do you really want to pursue it as a career and hopefully play national?
Ideally, that's a dream of every person that plays cricket at this age. But of course, being realistic, there's also a lot of players that can't make it because of so and so reasons. But so yeah, I do take cricket as a very important aspect in my life. But of course, over there, there's also the studies that go along with it.
Yeah, yeah. Balance is everything, man. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us on the Groundsman. Really appreciate your time. We think you're a fantastic talent. We've seen some of your stats. And the coaches at the Titans Academy really speak highly of you. We wish you all the best. We hope that we do see you in national colors soon. Here at the Groundsman, we don't believe guys should be making their national debuts at 25 and 27, 28. We really hope you get your debut quite soon. We'll be supporting you. We'll be keeping an eye on you, and hopefully we'll come watch some of your games. So thank you so much for joining us, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
All right. Thanks, We'll
Wonderful
see you next
pleasure.
time.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right, guys, that's Thakkar from the Titans Academy, bright young man. We had a chat with some of the coaches out in the Titans Academy. They really had fantastic things to say to him, and as you guys can see, he's a really nice guy. I think he's a good kid, good bowler. I think he's gonna do good things if he sticks with the Titans and sticks with the game. So again, thank you so much for joining us at Players Potential from the Groundsman. See you next time. All right, everybody, welcome to the Groundsman. Still is, man. That top order just demolished him. So normally what that structure looks like is that and honestly that's part of why the groundsmen are here as well, so that you don't have to wait for Coke Week in order to see who's who and what's what.